On today's show, we're going to talk about why I just took my credit card and went for the new Ram REV. So join in right now. If you are new to the channel, my name is David Boyd. I am an auto journalist here on YouTube, and we travel across the country doing adventures and just having fun with our vehicles. We don't just cover the vehicles, we actually go and use them. And I do plan on using this one. We are looking at the new Ram REV, and I want to bring this vehicle up because it was pretty freaking exciting to see. Now, I just got back from the Chicago Auto Show where I saw the concept, the Revolution concept of this thing, and I'll be honest, it looked like a school bus. It was very, very long and kind of felt very narrow, but they didn't want to give too much away of what their plan was for it. And while I do love the front end on that thing, I like how they've kind of tamed it down just a little bit. And this looks like a normal truck. And you might be thinking, Dave, why not the other ones? And first off, we got to look at the bad boy. We got to look at the Lightning here. And it is exciting, but something about it's something about these LED lights out front. They just look kind of cheap in my opinion. I like Ford trucks. This one didn't speak to me like the Ram REV did. And now, while getting these is also a nightmare, let's be honest, the mileage on them's not great, and overall, I just wasn't into the Ford F-150 Lightning right now. I think if I want, I want a full size truck, I would just go buy the F-150 with like the little 3.5 in it, and be plenty happy in that truck. And I just think Ford, I don't say rush to get to this thing, but I just feel like sometimes being first is not always being best. But I did, when this popped up, I did do a reservation on the Silverado. Now, part of it was in the journalistic world, you got to be first. There's other channels out there that force your hand on these things, and if you want to be a part of the old Googles, you got to jump in. And I jumped in on this thing, and while I think it is an interesting looking vehicle, Chevy, just for whatever reasons, it's been a nightmare to actually get this truck to production. The Hummer version of, I hate to say the version of this, but it's all underpinned the same way. The Hummer, there's been all kinds of failures of that thing. It's, as soon as you take it off road, it seems like they break down. And it's made me a bit nervous. Now, while I do, this is the Silverado, I like to call it the Avalanche. I think they should have just called it the Avalanche EV, and it would have been a better nameplate for this vehicle. But I understand. I'm just not completely sold on this. Some of the features they want to offer, I don't think I think this is Chevrolet looking for the Tesla crowd, the Cybertruck crowd, and they wanted to try to pull that crowd in instead of just being themselves. And while I do think it's a good looking vehicle, it was not for me. But when I saw the Ram REV here, this thing speaks to me because, for one, I've been on the Ram truck bandwagon. It took me a minute for their newer designs, this last generation, to kind of jump to me. But once it clicked with me, I love the way they do the front ends of their trucks. I think their interiors are honestly probably the best in full size right now. And I think this thing is going to be a home run for Ram, price depending. Now, we all know with EVs, the price can, Ford said, hey, 40,000 will get you into an EV with 230-mile range, which, we all know with towing and stuff. Everybody's done videos on that. We know towing like kills it in half. The weather all screws with the EVs. But if they can get, with a basic 1,500 in the Ram, if they can give me 300 to 320, I'm okay with that. I'm okay to use it as a pickup truck around town. Now, I'm probably not going to take it on trips, but I think that would satisfy my pickup truck needs. So this thing they kind of are in between what Ford and Chevy did. I think they just sat back and let's see what those other two guys do. And of course, Ford went very generic with the F-150. Like, let's not spook our customer base at all. And of course, Chevrolet, we're number two in trucks, but in EVs, we're trying to find our footholding. So I think this thing here is a home run. And obviously these are still, I think, concept pictures. I don't think these are ready for prime time. I would say more than likely these are still all digital renderings. But I really dig what I see with this thing. I think the front end of this thing is great. And it's kind of made me want to throw some money down with it. Now, obviously there's things about this that you're going to get in every new vehicle. You're going to get the big frunk and all that, which is kind of interesting for like grocery shopping and stuff. I think for most families, that's kind of one of those things that might hold people back from wanting to buy, a pickup truck. Was you take your family, you go to your local grocery store, and what do you do with all your stuff? You put it in the back of the truck where they might get rained on? No, you can throw it up front in this. And I think that is a excellent use of that. And, pretty generic. Now, I love Ram's setup. First seen this in the TRX. I love the setup of this thing. The idea, now this is going to be a higher end feature, the little side infotainment area there. We know that's going to be one of the more expensive features to this thing, but I dig it a lot. Now, you're going to get looks like all kinds of towing and vehicle to vehicle. Where they can talk to each other. Stuff that I think Tesla's been kind of monkeying with anyways, where the Teslas will talk to each other a little bit. I just think this for the brand is going to be a home run because they didn't go too crazy. They just kept it simple. And sometimes you got to kiss it every once in a while, right? Just keep it simple, stupid, and no more dumb than me. So I've been itching to get into the EV world, but I just not found anything that really spoke to me. Like I said, the Silverado was cool, futuristic looking, but at the end of the day, I want something that's more truck-like, and I think that's where the Ram is going to give it to me. And I mean, you can even see there's concept parts that they brought into the design. I could give or take on the LED bar in the back of that thing, but I do think it's a good looking, and I love the Ram boxes, the way they do that. And this honestly just looks like it's going to be a versatile truck. So you can, you want to sign up, you can do that. And if you want to sign up, let's bring this up here real quick. You can do this. So thank you for signing up to be a Ram Inside member. And that means I put some money down, and hopefully that secures my spot in line for one of these full-size trucks. So in the comments below, I'm curious, where are you at with these things? The big three, that's what I really want to know is, with the big three's offerings, which one speaks to you more design-wise? Now, I know we're all brand loyal to some extent, and full-size trucks, I'm really not brand loyal at all. So I'm kind of interested in what my first Ram pickup truck could be. So in the comments below, let me know what you think of this thing. So whether it be two-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, it doesn't matter what you drive here on the channel. I'm fighting EVs tooth and nail because I love my V8s, but it's the future. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.